he had been over there before signing oil and gas deals all up and down. But now, for the first time, we actually had a military toehold in Central Asia. We also have a base in Kyrgyzstan, and it goes from there. The war against Iraq, all about oil. I mean, even Richard Pearl admitted this, the neoconservative, when he was asked what's the difference between Iraq and North Korea, and Pearl said because Iraq is swimming, I think, in a sea of oil. The same thing on Iran, oil and gas. But the mainstream news media is part of this structure, pretty much functioning as a propaganda organ for the government and big business, big oil.
Well, here you're being broadcast today live on community radio, and that's
the difference. Yeah,
yes.
Community radio is not run by MSNBC, NBCs are owned by General Electric, a big war contractor. We can go right down the list.
And I want our.
Let me do a quick plug here for UkiahValley.tv, which is where all these shows are actually running. That's www.UkiahValley.tv. We have the entire series of Truth About Money, and we know that we've had KQED showing interest. We've had Chris Matthews actually viewing our stuff online. We had over 130,000 hits last month, and we're growing. So I'm hoping that at some level this gets out to those media entities, and it's not just another, Chicken Little, the sky is falling, oil kind of thing.
Exactly, and this is why we're so gratified that you and your colleagues, come on this show really to report the truth. Let's get back to your work, Professor Boyle. Title of your book is about the New World Order. Tell us about where we're going from. What was the old world order, and what will the New World Order look like?
Well, I think we have to look at this from an historical perspective, as I tried to do in my books. It's somewhat akin to the Spanish-American War of 1898, when basically we just decided to steal Spain's empire around the world. 9/11, the terrible tragedy of 9/11, was used as a pretext by the military-industrial security complex here in the United States to make a move on all the oil and gas resources in the world. So you had the first act of the drama was the invasion of Afghanistan, to put us right in there, to establish bases, to get military access and military bases right there in Central Asia, and then at some point to build that pipeline south down to the Arabian Sea. The second act, of course, then was the invasion of Iraq, which, everyone, I think, even admits it was all about oil and gas. The third act, of course, now it appears the third act is Georgia. That Georgia, as you know, is a key element for transshipment of all the oil and gas out of Central Asia, while avoiding Russia and Iran. And the fourth act will be, the fourth act, I guess, also Somalia. Why did we sponsor the Ethiopian invasion of Somalia? Again, oil and gas. Even in Gulf War I under Bush Sr., it was reported, I believe the International Herald Tribune, not in the U.S. news media, that Somalia had already been carved up among 3 or 4 different U.S. oil companies. And now the threat and attack and war against Iran. So the one thing, all these ventures have in common is oil and gas. There's no, it's staring you there right in the face. So, we see the American power elite, certainly in the Persian Gulf and the Middle East, trying to control and dominate 2/3 of the world's energy resources, and in addition, targeting Venezuela, Colombia, East Africa. Now you have the U.S. Africa Command and maneuvers on the west coast of Africa, And we're back in the Philippines to control the Straits of Malacca, that area over there, to get a presence there. We're moving toward where all the oil and gas is, and the choke points for transshipment,
right,
whether by land or by sea. The NATO's military intervention into the Balkans, the construction of Camp Bondsteel, one of the biggest bases, U.S. military bases in the world, control and dominate the Dardanelles and build an oil pipeline across the Balkans.
When we had Michael Clare on the show a moment ago, he spoke about the pipeline and the choke points along the way, and what could cause severe disruptions, and not just the flow of oil, but in the economies of the world. And I made an allusion to the new Iranian oil exchange, the international oil. The Iranian oil bourse, so the IOB, on the small island of Kish in the Persian Gulf, which is like a free trade zone. I have some connection with that through the Wimpole Consortium. And I maintained that in addition to these oil pipelines, one of the scariest things for multinational oil is this exchange, because if it takes off, it will steal market share from the New York Mercantile